We talk to the legends of the creative and entertainment industries. We talk to those on the rise. Lance Dean Anthony Nielsen asks about the highs, the lows, and everything in between. This is Outcast Creative, and this is Industry Interviews.
Better take that off before I get copyrighted. Welcome to the Outcast Creative Industry Interview. I think this is number 149. I've got to check, but we're nearly at 150. 150 interviews in the last 3 years on this channel. I've already got 2 more booked for next week. 2 more DJs coming in next week. The week after that, I've got actor Danny Webb, who plays Sir Alan of Pennytree in the HBO award-winning drama The Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which of course is the Game of Thrones spin-off, which has done incredibly well. It's one of the most popular television shows ever. Danny's been on the channel before. In fact, he was one of my early interviews about 3 years ago, and very gratefully he's coming back, or rather I'm very grateful to him to be coming back on the channel. So all of that stuff to look forward to in the next couple of weeks. Don't forget, you don't have to watch this live. You can watch it on the replay if you're in the process of going out, or your Chinese takeaway is about to arrive, or whatever you may be doing. It stays on the channel forever. If you're not a member of the channel, please, all you need to do is subscribe. We don't have membership fees here for extra content or anything like that. If you're a creative, you work in the creative industry, that might be film, theatre, television. You might be designing a board game. You could be a DJ. You might be a music producer who's about to drop their first track. Any of the above and many, many more, get in touch with the Outcast Creative page on Facebook, or you can contact me on Twitter under Lance Nielsen WD, and maybe I can support you with your creative endeavours. Now, my guest coming on this evening is an absolutely incredibly talented, not only DJ, but music producer as well. And I spotted her a mile away in Houses of Feeling at Coco the other week, marked by her spectacular hair in the crowd. And I thought, that person looks like they're Scandinavian to me. So I made sure I went and talked to them, because I thought, I bet they're either Danish or somewhere like that. We had a very brief conversation because it was absolutely mad in there. And then when I got home, friends you might know sort of come up, as they do on your Facebook. And this person that came up on Friends You Might Know was DJ Sayer, my guest tonight. And I'm like, that's the woman I spoke to, because we didn't even talk about what we did for a profession. We just briefly talked about the event and the music and that kind of thing, as you do. So without any further ado, I'm very happy to welcome her on the stream today. Welcome to the Outcast Creative, Sayer. Thank you very much for coming.
Hello, yeah, so happy to be here. And oh my goodness, Coco was madness.
Listen, if you thought that was crazy, frantic at Ministry this weekend just gone was insane. Yeah, it took me.
We love it though. We are like, we are magnetic to that kind of stuff. We just find ourselves there in the middle of the crowd, don't we?
I'm not sure I want to spend 20 minutes getting to the toilet every time I want to go from where I was dancing to the toilet.
Oh no, you have to be trained. Like you have to train your bladder.
It was actually quicker to go up the stairs and along the gantry in Ministry and then down the other side than try to go through the club, because that's how packed the 103 space was like that. You could not move in there on Saturday.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Any tips well received, but yeah, otherwise you just have to trooper through it.
Well, look, thanks.
Dance floor comes first, toilet second.
Indeed. Thanks so much for giving up your time this evening and coming on the channel to talk about your career.
Absolutely, great to meet you. And I loved your what was those things you were doing?
The light whip thing.
Oh my God, they were amazing.
That would be. Oh yeah, I did do that at Coco. I was on the stage right at the beginning, wasn't I?
Yeah,
Before it got
that's how I noticed you.
too busy. Yeah. Doing this thing. Pouring with rain.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I had to be really careful not to fall off the thing I was standing on, which is pretty entertaining. I do like doing that at clubs. It's a lot of fun. So before we get into your very interesting career as a DJ, because I've done a ton of research on you, I've also listened to your.
I'm a bit scared.
I've listened to the entire mix that you did on your website. The YouTube. Yeah, the what's it called? The hang on, I've got it here.
Thank you.
It's the one that you've got on the website that you can listen to. I did look at your latest releases, but they all cost me money, so that I had to pass those.
You send them to you for free, don't worry.
Listen, I'd love that. I do like to support artists as well. It's just it's a bit of a, with everything that's going on in the world at the minute, financial times.
It's madness.
The Loading Bay 01 mix that you've got, that's also available on YouTube for people to watch.
Yeah, that was a good gig, that one. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Oh, thanks for listening and watching.
well, I'm going to get into all of that pretty soon, but as I'm a film director, and also this was originally a film and acting channel before it became what it is now. First question I always ask all of my guests is, what was the first movie you ever saw on the big screen as a kid at the cinema? Do you remember?
Yeah, well, the only one that was really impactful one, I don't think actually it was the first one, but it was many, many years ago, but it still blows my mind, was Matrix.
Oh, wow. That's a great film to see. That was like your Star Wars. Effectively,
you know what I mean? And now I think more relevant than ever. I'm starting to understand the movie more and more. I think you have to watch it a few times, and then the more I watch it, the more I think I'm starting to question my surroundings.
Well, especially in the times that we are living in today.
Especially, so I really love that. Yeah.
What was the last movie that you saw at the cinema that you paid for a ticket to go and see?
Oh my goodness, I haven't been to cinema for so long.
No, a lot of people haven't. That's why they're dying out. That's one of
the reasons. I love cinema and like pick and mix and bit of popcorn and kind of like a hot dog or something. But yeah, it's been such a long time. But I think it was one of the Disney movies, Up. I think it was called Up.
Yeah. Pixar with the old man in the house.
Yeah, and it was like really sad, but kind of cute at the same time. But it made you think, like, live in the moment and really appreciate what you have around you. And it was.
He's saving money, isn't he? He's saving money to take his wife on holiday at the beginning of the film, and then
she dies, and then he has the dog. Dog as a companion. So.
And the boy who's trying to sell scout cookies, and it sort of goes from there. It's a great film, fantastic movie. Do you have a favorite film of all time that you'll whack on a Sunday afternoon or a movie that you can put on at any time and you're going to enjoy it? Like
Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman. I saw the very first screening of that in the UK.
Did you?
Yeah, the cinema.
I think I've seen it about 5,000 times.
I know. I could probably recite the dialogue off by heart. My favourite character is the actor who plays the manager of the hotel, who's played by Hector Alonso, and he's the guy in the lift, and he's sort of saying to Richard Gere, "I trust you won't be bringing any more nieces or young ladies." Yeah, that guy, and he's a really good actor. He's such a good supporting actor. Do you have a favorite?
Mine was Richard Gere, but I met him in real life in a hotel. That's mad. I felt like Pretty Woman.
Can we pry more information from you as to the circumstances of this encounter?
Well, believe it or not, before DJing and working in the music industry, I used to actually work in the hospitality in another way. I used to work in a hotel.
Okay, I wonder where that story was going for a minute, but I'm glad we got there.
I used to work in a reception, and I was a duty manager. Can you believe that?
Man. Yeah.
Yeah, Richard Gere came to the hotel, and I met him in the corridor. But yeah, he just kind of ignored me.
Well, you know, movie stars, they tend to do that occasionally. Do you have
but there we go.
Do you have a favorite TV drama show that you binged every season, and you know that was a show that was like, wow, that was great?
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things, interesting. Okay, that's quite recent. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay, good. Let's do some quick fire music questions now. What was the first single that you ever remember purchasing?
Sandstorm by The Root, who is my friend also from Finland.
Okay. Is that, I'm not familiar with them. I'm not going to pretend that I am. Is that a sort of, is that EDM? Is that a dance?
Oh, EDM. Yeah, more like EDM. Yeah.
Okay. What about first album that you bought?
First album that I bought was actually a cassette. If you remember, you know cassettes.
Yes, I do remember cassettes. I'm old enough to.
Yeah, and I bought the pencil. Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
And it was Phil Collins, The Circus.
That's funny because I am a bit of a Phil Collins fan. So
I'm a total Phil Collins fan. I remember I was like 10 years old, and I even sent him a love letter. Yeah, that's The Root. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course I know this track.
Sandstorm. Yeah, that's literally.
Do you know what? But I'm so terrible with names. Everybody says I've got a good memory, but it's absolutely rubbish, actually.
Mine too. Don't worry.
Yeah, of course I know this track. In fact, I was dancing to this at I think it was Coco. Not. I can't remember which event.
Yeah, it was. And can you believe? So his name is Ville Virtanen, and he's from Finland, like I am. And he lived in the same city as me. Went to school, and then Anyway, so he's a humble, amazing guy.
Fantastic. Yeah. I'll have to see if I can get him to come on the show. That'd be wicked if he was up for it. Well, what about what would have been when you were growing up and you were first starting to go clubbing? Can you remember the first track that got you to go on the dance floor? Like, oh, got to dance to this one, you know, that kind of moment.
Yeah, I think it was like Sash, like it was like Fuego or something. Sash, so SASH, and then there's exclamation mark, I think, and then it was like Encore en Four. I think that's what it's called, Encore.
Yeah, I think
it's like Spanish. I'm not sure if I pronounced
it. Yeah. I've got this.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Encore en Four. Yeah.
I danced to that like probably not that long ago as well. I think that was Fabric. Somebody played that track in one of their sets.
Yeah, it was like glow sticks and white gloves moment.
Yeah, and it was part of, wasn't it on one of the Euphoria double CDs? Do you remember those that came out in the 90s? That there was like the green one, there was the yellow one, and
most likely.
Yeah, definitely. I've still got them all in the shed somewhere. God knows if they'd actually play. Let's move on to your career. So, I mean, you've had a really interesting career. You've played at a lot of quite prestigious venues, including a number of the infamous clubs in Ibiza. You've done loads of big venues in the UK. I'm going to be prying you for information on Ibiza when we get off air, because I'm going there for the first time pretty soon.
Oh yeah, we're going at the same time, aren't we?
We are. We're going. Yeah, we're going. Let's not say when that is, but right now. But we are going.
We'll keep people on the edge.
Indeed. It's my very first visit to that. I've never been there before in my life. So
you will love it.
I have a feeling I'm going to love it too much.
You might stay. Just get one-way ticket.
I think I'd need better finances to facilitate that goal. But we'll maybe my rave book will become a bestseller by then. But we'll see.
Oh, you can do it.
Let's talk about how you got started, because one of the things I don't often see on a DJ's resume, and you've got a great one, and I'm going to pop your biography up quickly. And of course, all of the links to Say's information are already there down in the information below if you want to check it out. Great website, by the way, very easy to navigate everything. So one of the things I thought was interesting was that you've got these three essentially DJ accreditations: Point Blank Music School, London, Radio Professional Certificate, London Sound Academy, LSA, DJ alumni, and Hertfordshire College of Music in music production. Now, did you start at Hertfordshire, and do they go up? Is that the order you did these in?
Yeah, so actually I started with, you're right. I should change the order.
No, that's the correct order. The most recent would be first. So
yeah, but I did start actually because I started with DJing. So I started with, I got decks in my bedroom and I was like, I can totally hack this. Do you know what I mean? And then I was like, I cannot hack this.
Are we talking, when you say decks, are we talking vinyl or are we talking digital?
Digital.
So what would have been the first pair of digital decks that you would have got?
XDJ, I think R1 or something like that. So the kind of first version.
So like
I just thought I'll just have a go, and but all of us are different kind of learners, and I am the kind of learner. So there's a lot of self-taught DJs, producers. I completely appreciate that and actually respect that a lot if you can do that. But I am the kind of person who likes to go to school. I like to be taught one-to-one or in a group setting and to be physically shown what to do, I have muscle memory. So that's how I learn. So I tried in my bedroom for a while, but then I thought, you know what, I need to go to school. And that's how I love to learn. So I went to LSA in London Sound Academy, and learned their kind of art of DJing with LSA. And then after that, so I went through all the courses that they had to offer. And after that, I got kind of interested in producing. So I thought, I have all these ideas in my head. How can I get them into fruition, And I live in Hertford, so I found a school near me, which was the academy, Hertfordshire Music Academy, and then they taught me to produce music, which kind of complemented the DJing and music. I'm just so passionate about music, like we all are, aren't we? So yeah, then I went to learn producing there, and then I got into radio and producing even more, and DJing like really took over my heart, my mind, my soul. And I really deep dived into learning with Point Blank, which I think is the best, like literally the best school in the UK, Ibiza. I think they have LA school and stuff like that. So I really kind of leveled up with them. Yeah.
Right. I mean, let's rewind slightly before we get to that. I mean, prior to that, obviously, some people might tell that your accent is not from Hertfordshire.
No.
How long had you, had you been playing around with vinyl a bit first back in your native country, or did this all start in the UK? And what age were you when you started?
Oh, yeah. So no, actually, I am from a musical background. So I'm from Finland. I'm half Finnish, half Swedish.
Yeah. So technically we're cousins, as we established before, because we're both Scandinavian.
Yeah, you're like Danish.
As we know, all Scandinavian people are related somehow. So
we are,
on the big Scandinavian family tree, there'll be a connection.
I love that. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, I used to play piano. I used to play guitar. I used to be a ballroom Latin dancer for 12 years. So I was always immersed in music
and dancing.
Yeah, 12 years. Yeah, competitively. Yeah.
Did
So
you also,
Strictly Come Dancing, that was my life.
did you also dance at clubs professionally before you got into the DJing, like doing podium dancing, that kind of thing?
No, I would just compete. So if anybody knows Strictly Come Dancing, that's what I used to do, and I would compete every weekend in dance
Right.
competitions. Yes, but I wouldn't dance in clubs. No. So it was just like competitive career.
So you'd already done all of that before you came to the UK to do the DJ courses and the music courses and so forth. Okay.
Yeah.
Just to get an idea of where you were. Okay. So Hertford's academy, that was first. That was before Point Blank, right?
Yes.
So talk us through the course a little bit. Why did you pick this course? What areas did it cover? And I mean, if you don't mind talking about it, I think people would be interested to know the kind of cost involved in something like this, and also the time commitment as well.
Yeah, so there's obviously, well, not obviously, but there were flexible options. So usually the music schools that I've been to, I can talk only about them, but they usually have a group setting or they have one-to-one. And with the Hertfordshire College of Music, I wanted to have one-to-one teacher to really like deep dive and for me to learn quicker the producing side of music, so that I used to go on a weekly basis, once a week, couple of hours, to learn face to face in the school, and then they would give me a lot of homework and things to do to learn at home, and then come back next week and show what I've done. And LSA was also one-to-one, because that's, again, everybody has their individual ways of learning, I suppose. So that one-to-one was good for me, DJing wise. And then Point Blank, I learned in a group setting, but we had about 15 people in our class. So it wasn't like crazy busy. So we still got good attention if we needed to have that, and learned really. Point Blank obviously is a different level because it's very, very big school. So they kind of specialize in 50, groups of 15 people and so.
I mean,
cost-wise.
Before we go further with that, just let's go back to Hertfordshire Music Academy. So you sign up for a course, you get one-to-one tutelage, which is quite rare. Getting one-to-one on any course, one-to-one is pretty rare. What sort of hours are you talking about to do that course in Hertford? What's the weekly time commitment there?
So I would have 2 hours per week. That was my selection. So I'm sure there's other options there, but I had 2 hours on a Tuesday, and then I would have homework assigned by my tutor, and then I would come next week and show what I've done basically and what I've achieved. And it worked for me.
Would you do some sort of part-time job around that while you were doing that?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah, definitely, because it wasn't full time. Yeah.
And were you able to apply for like bursaries to cover the fees? Was there any kind of grant application that you could apply for that course?
You know what? I'm not really sure. I didn't apply for any, so I'm sure there might be. So I can't say yes or no. I just, signed up and paid my fees, and that's it. But I know there's grants available.
Sure. Okay. Well, that's interesting for people to know that. What's in terms of weeks and months? What was the length of the time period that you were at HCM?
All of them. So the Hertfordshire one was 1 year, and LSA London Sound Academy was 9 months, and Point Blank was 1 year.
And so Point Blank was more focused on the DJing, correct? Is that right?
That was more focused on radio broadcasting, actually.
Oh, talk us through that a bit.
Yeah, I miss it a lot. That's my latest. I graduated last year, and just when it's like going back to school, you have your classmates, you have your banter, and I just got so inspired by my tutors, by my classmates, and I was learning. Radio is my passion as well as DJing and producing and anything music, obviously, but I had such a good time going there every week, spending time with my classmates, and we were learning myriad, and we were learning all these different equipment that, like, I learned everything about radio broadcasting because I never knew it even existed. Yeah.
Did the course also cover things like DAWs, or for anyone who doesn't know what that means, digital audio workstation setup? So the different types of software for designing and programming music, things like Apple Logic Pro, that kind of stuff. Would it cover any of those bases, or was it just purely about radio broadcasting?
So mine was purely about radio broadcasting, but the other I learned Logic Pro at the Hertfordshire Music Academy. So they have different courses, either specialized in radio broadcasting or producing or DJing. So then you choose your course, and then it's really, really laser focused on that topic.
Sure. Yeah. What does the course on radio broadcasting involve? Was it about teaching you different confident techniques when you're broadcasting live? What sort of stuff did you cover?
Yeah, it was encompassing all of that. So it was about presenting, planning a radio show, producing a radio show, also knowing the equipment that is used at kind of BBC radio, capital radio level. So all of the equipment that these big commercial radio stations use, you would learn. So it was technical, and then also how to present, how to plan, how to produce. So yeah, really covering everything and anything about broadcasting to a really granular level. So it was really, really interesting. Yeah.
Which of the courses did you feel? I mean, I appreciate that they covered two fairly different topics, but of the two courses, which one did you think was the most beneficial for you as a DJ going forwards of those two?
Or those three?
Oh well, yeah, we haven't talked about the third one yet. I'm just covering these two for now.
Oh, are we sorry? Yeah, I think, well, point blank. Yeah, I mean, I've learned so much in there. Literally, that goes above everything. Yeah.
For the benefit of anyone watching, I have already put the links for both of these institutions in the chat, so they are in the chat. You can find them there, no problem. Yeah, because Point Blank's pretty well known, as you said. They've also now got academies in several countries now. I think including LA. It was a group setting, so
yeah.
How does that work in terms of the dynamics of learning to present a radio station? I imagine it's probably similar to having an acting workshop with 15 people, and it's okay, who wants to go first? A bit like that.
Yeah, it was, because it kind of, so like in a live radio, anything can happen, and you need to be pushed out of your comfort zone to do it, and then your confidence will grow. The more you do it, the better you come. Like practice makes perfect, isn't it? So yeah, we would have to do all these kind of pretend shows in the studios of Point Blank and in front of all our classmates, and we would decide who is the producer, who is the presenter, and we would plan the show and write the scripts to a certain point, and then, who's the sound engineer. So we had to work as a team. And then, yeah, it's just, I think it really took my confidence to another level, to be honest, to have to kind of think in the moment with the learnings that we've had up to that point. And then, yeah, there was a lot of lulls as well, which was good. And then I think I thrived in that setting, to be honest, and with the feedback of and the encouragement of my classmates and my tutors, whether it was good, bad, or ugly, it was good to get that kind of.
What was the age range like of the 15 students on the course?
Really, well, I would say so. Surprisingly, because I'm not a spring chicken myself, but it would be from about 20 to 55 actually. So we had
that's interesting. Because
yeah.
I mean, I've noticed in the time that I've been back on the rave scene, which is 3 years now, 3.5, coming up to 3.5. There's quite a lot of people that have got into DJing quite late. There's one friend of mine, John Pater, who I think is playing this Saturday at Carlton and Colin's birthday party at Wimbledon Tunnel. It's all booked out, so I don't know why I sound like I'm promoting it because it's all sold out. But
oh no, I can't get in.
Yeah, he got into DJing just after I met him, and he's done quite a few gigs here and there now. I think that's great. It's great sort of seeing somebody around my age
amazing
jumping into sort of a relatively new thing, but because they
love
it.
I think just forget the age. Like, just forget the age. If you have enthusiasm, you have passion, nobody gives a, can I say, shit what age you are. It's this scene, music. If you're passionate about music, it doesn't matter what age you are. Really, it doesn't. So it was refreshing. I have to admit, yes, of course, it was refreshing to see the variety of ages in my point blank course. But it made me realize even more, it doesn't matter what age you are. If you want something, you want to learn, you want to challenge yourself, then just do it. And people in this industry, they will support you because we are here for one thing. We love music.
That's great. I love to hear that philosophy. The other course, before we move on from the three institutions, London Sound Academy is the third. Now, I'm guessing that the course that you did here was more focused on kind of mixing and working on the various electronic new decks that are available. They're constantly changing, of course, and this is a question I've always wanted to ask, because again, I'm not a DJ, even though I have just got into producing music, but I don't have any plans to DJ. I just want other people to play the music for me so I can go and dance to it.
I'm you might do it as well soon.
Well, I'm not sure about that. We'll see. But
we shall watch this space. Yeah.
I feel like that's another big expense that I don't really want to add to my life right now, collecting all this equipment to practice on.
Never say never.
So the decks that we're looking at here, like anything, like if you go to, if you decide to do golfing as a hobby, you think, oh, you've got to buy a set of golf clubs. Then you go to the golf store and you see actually there's about, 1,000 different brands of golf clubs, and you can get the very cheap and rather naff club to the, the amazing Arnold Palmer replica 9-iron or whatever it might be. And it's kind of the same with these mixing decks, isn't it? You've got the simplistic stuff and you've got these very impressive things that look like they've come out of Michael Knight's car with all kinds of flashing lights and buttons and stuff that half the stuff I'm not even sure what it does, I'll be honest.
No one does.
Is it? Yeah, I did get that impression sometimes. Is it the case? Because this is one of the things I've always wondered about. You go to Frantic, you see the DJs take over one after each other. They usually have a little conference and there's a bit of twiddling of knobs, and then they carry on with their set. But you're not bringing your own decks, are you? You're not bringing your own electronic decks to a gig. You're using the existing deck that's there. So you're kind of now, as a modern DJ in modern times, it's kind of incumbent on you to have a fairly large working knowledge of the different types of decks available, and also research what decks the venue has before you go there, and not just turn up on the day and wing it. You want to talk about that a little bit, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, this is a very, very good point. And yes, no, I don't take my own decks. The clubs will have whatever decks they have. I can play them. I can operate them. And this is the one thing, actually, when I went to LSA, London Sound Academy, and before I graduated as alumni, they said, our reputation is so important. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, what do you mean? So they said, they taught me all how to operate any kind of decks that I might be faced with when I go to a club. And they taught me vinyl as well. Not that I don't have a vinyl record collection, so I can't do that, but I can play vinyl, because they said, if we, make you alumni and you graduate, it's our reputation on the line. You go to any club as LSA alumni and you cannot operate those decks, you're going to damage our brand, basically. So they taught me all kinds of decks. That school has any kinds of mixers, decks, vinyl decks, everything available there for you to learn. And that's why I am confident going into any club faced with any kinds of decks that are in front of me, and I can operate them. So I'm really grateful that I went to LSA, because I don't have to ask in advance a club what decks do you have, and be scared or unconfident or whatever. I can walk in and operate them because of LSA. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I would find that quite daunting. Have you ever gone to a gig and for whatever reason, the deck isn't functioning as it should, or maybe you've been told one type of deck is there, but actually there's something else? What kinds of problems have you been presented with in this context?
Well, it hasn't been a problem because LSA taught me all kinds of decks that they could be. But yeah, so I'm very confident with that. But yeah, of course, there's been like, one CDJ hasn't been working, or some of the buttons haven't been working properly or whatnot. So then you have to kind of navigate your way through it.
Right.
So there's been issues like that. But yeah, I think, because of the wealth of knowledge and, through these kind of schools that I've been to, I haven't had to kind of worry too much about not knowing how to resolve a situation at hand. So yeah, I've known kind of what to do.
Well, what has been the most challenging situation that you've had with a live gig at a venue?
One of the CDJs. Well, there was one of the CDJs was not working. So you might have two CDJs or four or three, where you basically have one track playing in one and the other one in the other, then you mix and so forth. But in one club, one of the CDJs was not working. But then in another club, actually, this is probably the most kind of extreme, because you have one CDJ, one track is playing, then you have your mixer, then you have the other CDJ, or hopefully you will have that. But they didn't have the other CDJ at all.
Okay.
So there was nothing to mix into.
So you basically just had to play a pre-arranged digital mix. Is that essentially?
No, but then what LSA taught me is how to actually mix in one CDJ.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was so happy, like, oh my God. Because otherwise, yeah, that might be a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was quite challenging, but yeah, we got through it.
Because that another interesting topic with DJs these days, especially if you're going to a non-vinyl event, which we do have vinyl events still, and they are fun, and I've been to a few of those and I do like them. But let's face it, the majority of events, especially the big stuff, it's predominantly all digital these days. And
yeah,
I do wonder, if you're going to see Tessio, let's say, in the pyramids of Egypt, or
I'd love to.
I don't know if you've seen it. It's on YouTube. You can see the concert he did.
I have, yeah. I would love to be there live.
That's probably a bad example because it's more of a concert, that one. But I do wonder to what degree they have an organic ability to shift with the mood of the crowd, and to what degree they're prepared for that? Or do these high-end DJs just say, hey, I'm a high-end DJ, you're going to listen to what I play? Now, I mean, I think any DJ would say that that's the wrong attitude. You're there to play for the people, and you've got to gauge what they want. And if you sense that they're disconnecting from you, you've got to reconnect with them, which means you've got to be prepared to play organically to whatever the circumstance might be. But let's talk me through your approach about that.
Well, my approach, I always play. Obviously, I'm not like, David Guetta here or James Hype or Tita Lau, let's say. But yeah, my approach has always been playing to the crowd and reading the crowd and looking at them. How do they react? If they feel so, I would always prepare like a pool of songs because I do a lot of research. Obviously, I would do my homework as to who booked me, what kind of people do go to that gig, what age range are they, what are they interested in, what kind of vibe. I will look at, if there's any YouTube videos or if there's social media posts, I can take a look at, what's the vibe in general. So I know I'm quite well prepared, hopefully. And then when I'm there in the live situation, I would obviously look at the dance floor. Are they engaged with me? Are they engaged with the music I play? And if they are not, then I am ready to divert from my pool that I thought was the right one. But then I am ready to kind of shift that and not just be stubborn about, no, I'm going to play this now because this is what I planned. But if it's not working, it's not working. I'm there to make people happy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What's the totality of the number of live gigs that you've done so far?
Oh gosh! Oh please, no! I don't know.
I mean, is it a lot? I mean, are we talking triple figures, like over 100, or?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've done this for like 10 years.
Yeah. But because the courses that you've done have been relatively recently, so I mean, you came to doing those courses with a fair degree of experience already. Of doing.
Yeah. I mean, LSA was quite early on, and then it was the Hertfordshire one, and then Point Blank is the most recent one.
Yeah, because I think you said
they kind of been a part of my journey for the past 10 years, all of them. LSA is quite early on.
So has it been a case that you've done those different courses, each of which have covered specific areas, that you felt, okay, this is an area I could brush up on, I could get better at this, let me do a course on that now, while you continue to do live gigs and so on, and that way you're kind of increasing your skill set as well as also increasing your ability and confidence live at the same time?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely helped with my confidence, with leveling up with skills, and yeah, it's all complementing. So always keen to learn more. Yeah, definitely.
Let's talk about the I mean, I know you will adapt to whatever the gig may be, but in terms of your own personal tastes, you're quite into sort of mixing a disco vibe with, especially with the hour set that I listened to the other day. It's like a disco vibe mixed with kind of bouncy house. I think that's kind of fair. Bouncy house.
Bouncy, happy,
bouncy house, Balearic disco. Is that a trio of a combination? It feels like it is.
It's perfect. Like, yeah, I love to shake it.
Yeah, and it's quite fluffy.
I love it.
Yeah. Do you? I mean, if you were booked, and it might not be the case, but if like say somebody like Frantic booked you and they wanted you to do a much kind of harder, darker, hard house set, would that be within your repertoire, or would that be something you would shy away from?
No, I've done like tech house gigs. That's the darkest I've gone. Yeah, so I have that repertoire and I love tech house, a little bit harder. But I'm kind of mainly known for my happy vocal uplifting house sets, and it with a lot of energy, so that's what I get booked for, really. Yeah.
I mean, I mentioned it at the beginning. You've played at Ministry of Sound. You've played at XOYO, Egg, various other UK venues and brands, a lot of the big brands. But you've also done a fair bit at Ibiza. I'd like to hear about the first time you went to Ibiza. Was it as a clubber, or was the very first time you went actually as part of a DJ gig?
Yeah, actually, for the first time I went as a clubber, but also as a DJ. So it was really nice to be able to do both.
And how long ago was that first Ibiza trip?
I think that was about 5 years ago.
Oh, okay. So would that have been just before COVID, 2019, or would it have been just after?
I think it was what year is it?
We're 2026 now. So
yes,
you might
I think it was after COVID, actually.
Yeah, you might have gone at the
I
end
need
of
to check that.
The end of 21 would have been when the travel restrictions and things were lifted.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it was around that time. Yeah.
How did you? I mean, you obviously can't compare because you hadn't been there before. But how was it, kind of going to Ibiza to play a gig there, coming out of COVID? Did you sense that it wasn't that largely affected because of the kind of clientele that go, or did it feel like it was in a state of recovery? How did it feel in that weird year of 21?
Oh, it was so weird, wasn't it? I think everybody was just, yeah, it was crazy. Like literally, not good times because we couldn't get out.
No, and then when you did go out, you weren't certain that you should be out. So there was always this apprehension of,
I need to get out, or I go crazy in the head, So yeah, it was. I think people were so ready to come out, and they were so frustrated and bored, and they were like, "We need energy now from each other that we used to have," and it was just so liberating just to do that and come out and feel happy and have connection.
What was the first venue that you gigged at in Ibiza?
Oh, it was BayBar Beach.
Okay, so would that have been a daytime event?
No, actually, they are open. I think they are daytime as well, but they are open until 1 or 2 a.m., something like that. So I was playing in the evening, but they are just by the San Antonio kind of beach. Yeah, BayBar Beach. It was by the beach. And I was really grateful to have a gig there. Yeah.
I mean, tell us about that, because that's a big milestone on any DJ's. Even if you've played a small bar, to say I've played Ibiza is a big deal. It's a mark of honor kind of thing. How did that feel? And tell us, what was it like? What kind of crowd did you have? What was the size of the crowd? What sort of set did you play?
Oh, I loved it. I was so grateful, obviously. Yeah, I was over the moon. I guess it's more of a bar kind of thing. I mean, people dance, there's a dance floor, but I think it's more like you have cocktails and a little bit of, nibbles or whatever, and then you go to the super clubs after.
Yeah, sure.
So it was that kind of gig, like a warm-up gig, I would say. But I was just really happy to have that and be by the beach, surrounded by beautiful, views, and people were happy and ready for parties. So it was a good vibe, yeah.
And I think you also played some of the bigger clubs, Eden being one of them. Is that right?
Oh my goodness, yeah, that was just incredible. I will never forget that, although it's hard to remember that also at the same time, because I think I was so full of adrenaline. No alcohol, no drugs, no nothing, of course not, but I was so, it's such a big opportunity for a DJ like me.
Yeah.
And then when I played there, and I adore this club, it's iconic, and I just remember going and playing, and I have like flashbacks when I came out of the stage or the booth. I was just like, I couldn't remember a thing.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Well, I'm gonna have to press you a little bit further on that story, if I may.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you saying? That you went, you did your gig, then you partied, things got a bit wild, and like the next day it was like...
No. I'm just saying that I was so full. I think, when you're so full of adrenaline,
Yeah.
You kind of you have to kind of go back to what actually just happened. You know, you don't remember clearly. I don't know. I was just so hyped up to be able to do that, and then come out of the booth and be like, what the fuck just happened? Yeah.
I mean,
but it was amazing.
Talk to me about Eden. I've not been to Ibiza. Eden is one of the well-known, fairly established super clubs. How many spaces does it have in the venue itself?
I can't remember exactly the capacity, but they have downstairs, which is kind of the main stage where I was playing. Then they have upstairs as well. I would need to check the capacity, but it is literally iconic for DJs to play at. So I was just really grateful to have that opportunity to play there. And the sound system is mind blowing. Yeah,
because it's pretty close to the beach. It's next to Paradis. They're right next door to each other, aren't they?
Yes, I played there as well.
I mean, did you have a favourite out of all the gigs you did in Ibiza?
Eden.
Okay, yeah, and here it is.
Yeah,
as seen from the air, next to the pyramid-like Paradis. I have done the Google Street View of this. It's not that exciting, so I won't take us down there. But for the benefit of people watching, this is San Antonio. So if you're planning on going to Eden, you want accommodation somewhere close to San Antonio or down along.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going out there to DJ. You know, I don't know where you would view yourself being on the ladder in terms of, you know, Carl Cox at the top of the ladder, and you know, you've got your Rob Tesseras and people as you go down, and then there's people like my friend Carl who are kind of maybe one step up from the bottom, and I don't know where you put yourself there, and it's not important for us to say that, but in terms of when you first went out there and the subsequent trips, what was included? Obviously, you're in the club, you're getting a small paycheck of some sort, I would assume. Do you get anything towards accommodation and flights as well, or talk us through how that all works?
Yeah, it depends. It's very individual. So, you know, there's not like one model fits all. No. So all the brands that book me, they have different deals. So some might cover your travel, flights, hotel, and then a fee. Some might cover just the hotel and the fee, or some might cover just the fee, because it's like, well, you know, we want to book you in this country, which kind of makes sense. And I totally appreciate that. So, you know, like, for example, in the UK, I'm going to be paid a fee to play in a club. So why they are not going to even ask me, am I going to take flights to get here? I'm already here. So,
yeah, sure, of course.
You know, so it depends. It's very, very individual. And then obviously it's up to the DJ, the artist, the performer to negotiate. If you're coming from another country, then you might ask, well, what does this package or booking look like for me? Can I negotiate a fee? Can I negotiate travel as well? So yeah, it's case by case basis, really. Yeah.
But as an artist, I mean, who was it who, you know, gave you the cake and you could eat it? Who gave you the nicest package deal? You know, who did you feel really looked after you? I suppose is another way of putting it.
Oh, I think all of them have. All of them.
I know you don't want to single anyone out, but I just wondered if there was one particular occasion that stood up above the rest, or it was all great. The gig was great. The hotel was great. You know, everything. It was like, this is how it should be. Don't know if you had a moment.
You know what? It's tough one, because I've really enjoyed. I've been lucky to have enjoyed every single gig, and I've been really grateful to be booked for every single one of those, and they've really looked after me. So yeah, I appreciate all of them, to be honest. Yeah, that's a tough one.
It's when you go to Ibiza towards the end of September, which I know is going towards the end of the season. Is it, again, I've never been there before. are you going to like clubs and like every night is packed?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, because it's the closing parties. So I think, yeah, it's like the beginning of the season is now after IMS April, then the season starts. So there's the opening parties, it's the IMS awards conference, and then then the season starts, and then May is kind of opening parties, and then from May until August is like crazy, insane period, and then September, October is the closing parties, which are quite special. So yeah, they will definitely be packed, but in a different way. I guess certain brands kind of, especially if there's more mature brands that I play for, they like to, because of the audience, they like to go there in the beginning of the season and not maybe in the middle when it's kind of so crazy and hot and a lot of youngsters and
that. I mean, that's one thing. That's one thing that's always worried me about going. I think it's the reason I never went before, is I just assumed it was kind of like a young clubber's paradise, and I'd kind of missed the boat. And it also comes across.
It's not. It's not actually. You haven't missed the boat in anything.
Right.
It's just knowing when it's your time, like the best time for you to go, which is the opening parties and then the closing parties. In my experience, for the brands that I played for that are catering for kind of the more mature raver.
You probably don't know this because I don't think we've talked about it, but one person I was friends with, sadly, before he passed away, was George Michael. And his favourite place to go to whenever he went to Ibiza, which he usually went there for a week or something, at least once a year, he would often stay at Pikes. I don't know if you know Pikes.
Yeah, yes.
The legendary hotel. And of course, the reason he knows that place, and he knew the owner before the owner passed away, is that it's where they shot the legendary Copacabana video for Wham. So I've heard all the stories about Pikes. Have you been there? Can you tell me if they're true? And how great is the place? It just looks amazing.
Oh my goodness! You know what? Me and you, we need to go there when we go there. In the end, for the closing parties. I actually haven't been there yet, so it's on my list of things to do before I pass to the next life.
Well, maybe if I take the owner a copy of my book, my rave book, maybe.
Oh my God! Yes, yeah. You should. You should.
Oh God, yeah. Actually, while we're on there, I want to thank you very much for being so supportive, and you bought one.
Of course. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna read it on my. I'm gonna go to Amsterdam tomorrow, so I'm gonna read it there and on my way there. So I've already started. Your life is fascinating.
Yeah, it's. I mean, people always tell me that it's definitely not been boring. That's one of the things.
No. Yeah.
It's not been boring. It's been pretty eventful. This is an excellent drone shot that they've done of Pikes, and the original owner of this, he kind of built it in stages. So I've read his biography as well, and fascinating story. Of course, he when he got to a certain age, he sold it to this new couple on the condition that he could live there until he passed away. And he had one room was his, I think, one of the because they're each room is different, isn't it? And I don't know if you can still just visit it or whether you have to be staying there. I think they do have parties.
Oh no, you can visit. Yeah. You can just visit. Yeah,
visit and go and have a drink. Yeah, that's got. I mean, because I mean, my second rave book is all about that trip. So, so if you're going to be taking me lots of places, you're going to feature in the book quite heavily. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, all right, let's go.
The second book's called Raving Abroad at 50. It's going to be all about the Ibiza trip. It's going to be like a day-by-day, minute-by-minute account of it, pretty much.
Oh, we'll do it. Yeah, I can't wait.
So, it would be instead of the chapters being years, it's going to be like day one, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, there's so much in day one. Trust me. In Ibiza, day one is definitely 1 or 2 chapters.
So, how many times have you been to the island?
Oh, you're gonna make me count now.
No, just, give me a range.
A couple times a year. Maybe, yeah, a couple times a year for the past.
If you
yeah,
a couple of times a year for the last few years, you've probably been over a dozen times, somewhere between a dozen and 20, maybe.
yeah,
Um,
10, maybe like 10.
Have you had much of a chance to sort of look round the rest of the island? You know, is your club schedule in terms of playing and stuff, has it been so hectic that there hasn't been time for those kind of excursions? Because I'm always told by people that go there, hey, you know, make sure you keep a day to go and see the old town, do a day to do this, don't just go mad. And I'm quite a lightweight and I don't drink much, so I probably will be able to fit in a few things like that. But
yeah, I think it's all about being organized, isn't it? So yeah, I've definitely had time to look around, and I love sailing because I'm from a land of thousands and thousands of lakes and live by the sea and things like that. So I've gone sailing a lot in Ibiza. So
have you been to the Southern Island?
Yeah.
Worth
Yeah,
doing.
I've sailed like around like a lot of the areas. Yeah.
Okay.
I've been to seas by boat.
I'd press you for more stories on that, but I do want to, before we run out of time, I want to cover your career on the radio as well, because you've done stints on Centerforce, you've done stints on Shine 879, which
that's my current, yeah.
And they also co-run the House of Love events with Rave Days, if I remember rightly.
House is a feeling, yeah.
Yeah, House is a feeling. Thank you for correcting me. And you got John and Lee Reed run Rave Days, the two brothers with their huge beards. I talk about their beards in the book, funnily enough. They get a specific mention. And yeah, I mean, how does that work when two sort of big organisations like that come together to run an event? Do you know what's the logistics of that? Who gets the say in the final say in terms of when?
Well, I don't work in that level of those organizations.
You've been around. You've been around it, so you must have some.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine, obviously, because the audience, you need to kind of see the needs of the audience. The audience is the same for both brands, for example. They want to provide the experience what we had in Coco. Like everybody loves to walk through that tunnel and feel like they are entering La La Land. They can forget about worries, troubles, and they are there for the music, the good vibe, the amazing colors, lights, lasers, people, vibe. That's what these brands want. So I think that is the key for collaboration, to realize that we have one goal here, and that's what we strive to kind of achieve together to deliver to these people that pay that ticket. Yeah,
people want to have a fun time at the end of the day.
Yeah, and then it's you're creating magic, and I'm sure there's backstage there's things to iron out and what have you, but I think these kind of events bring people together in the most unimaginable ways, kind of organizers, and everything, whatever needs to be ironed out is ironed out.
Have you got a dream venue or brand that you want to play for that you haven't played for yet?
Tomorrowland.
That's the festival that had the fire, isn't it, on one of their main stages?
Yeah, last year.
They still managed to rescue it. I thought they did a really good job of rescuing that bit. Yeah, I remember that. And is that in the Netherlands?
Netherlands, Belgium, yeah.
Yeah, that I mean, it's a massive event. It's huge, like sort of Glastonbury trance event, effectively.
It is. It's the mecca of mine.
I guess I have to put that on the bucket list as well. Maybe
you have to. Yeah, me and you both.
So could get Ibiza right. I mean, it took me like, you have no idea how long it took me to pluck up the guts to even just book the plane ticket. So it was a big.
I think you've done a great thing there. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I thought if I booked that, then then I've got to book the hotel next. That's the next thing. Work out which events I'm going to go to. But we'll probably have an offline conference about that. So you're currently doing the stint on Shine 879.
Yeah.
For the people watching, who don't know anything about Shine 879, tell us what it is. What's their brand?
Yeah, so Shine 879, great radio station. We literally cover insane amount of land and sea in the world. And I'm doing a breakfast show on Thursdays from 8 until 11 each and every week. Except not tomorrow because I'm going to gig in Amsterdam, but I will be back next week.
How does that work? Do you go into a studio?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not doing it remotely through them. I imagine some people did that in the lockdown, but so you're actually.
I'll go to the studio. Yeah.
And
I love the studio.
Where are they based?
In Essex.
Right. So again, it's a permanent setup like Centreforce, Staples. People also go in to perform at Centreforce. And who's the main head honcho behind Shine?
Jay Craze, he's a head honcho, but there's quite a few. There's Martin and there's Neil as well, and then obviously the whole family. I mean, I've been there now only a couple of weeks. I'm a newcomer, but I felt so welcomed, and everybody supports each other. We, chat often. We have meetings, so I feel like the whole family of DJs, presenters, management, people in the technical department, they are all pulling together. So that's really nice kind of team to be a part of. Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's the link, by the way, for Shine. I've also put it in the chat so people can get hold of that. So what does that involve? How far ahead do you have to plan what you're going to do on the day? In terms of what you're going to play, do you prep it? Is it different to a live gig, or actually talk to us about how it is different from doing a set in a club?
Yeah, I mean, I prepare as soon as I finish my breakfast show on a Thursday at 11. I start planning the next one. So I work on it every day until the next show because I have I have 3 different features as well. So not only the music, I want to showcase new music or different music that I played last week. I never had repeat the song really. And it's 3 hours on a Thursday morning. So it's quite a lot of music, but I also have 3 features, which are, I have every hour. So I have artist spotlight. So I interview an artist, producer, event organizer from the music industry. For that one, each week is a different one. And then I have to edit that, prepare that, interview the person, connect with the person. So there's quite a lot of work that goes into that. And then I have a feature called Jam on Toast, which is track of the week because it's breakfast show. So Jam on Toast.
I like that.
And
Jam
then
that's cool. I like
that. Thank you. And so then I interview also the producer behind this Jam on Toast. So they kind of introduce their song before I press play on it. So rather than me introducing this song, they will introduce it. So I edit it, interview all of that stuff goes on before the show every single week. And then I do the news in the last hour. So I curate news from the industry, music scene, that I find interesting and that I think the people listening would find interesting as well. So 3 features every single week, and plus the music around it. Yeah.
I was about to say when you said you do the news, industry music news. You're not. So there've been 3 planes have been hit in Iraq today. You're not doing that.
No, we'll stay away from that. It's music. It's all about music. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the world could certainly do with a lot more love and a lot more music.
Yeah, my news are only uplifting, interesting for us ravers, music lovers. What events, you know, things like that. So we stay away from any world conflicts. Yeah.
Yeah, good. These are stills from Houses of Feeling at Coco, which was February of 2024. I was there. Great event. Had a fantastic time. I think I was dancing down the front for probably about the first 4 or 5 hours. There's my friends Jimmy and Julia, and Julia runs one of the rave Facebook groups that I'm a member of. She's an absolutely fantastic person. Jimmy is an absolute legend as well in rave circles, and also quite the accomplished DJ. So
amazing.
And Rat Pack, I must have seen God in that.
I can see some faces I recognize. Yeah.
There's a lot of familiar faces here. The Houses of Feeling events, I can't recommend them highly enough. If anything, the last one was probably just slightly the wrong side of too busy. But Coco is a good venue for that, because there are a lot of different places you can go in Coco.
I love Coco.
Yeah, it's my that's my friend Steve. I didn't realise that picture was on here.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
he's off the moment for sure.
Yeah, he certainly. That's my friend Sally, another great individual. Certainly looked like he was having a great time there.
This is what we need.
Yeah, indeed,
absolutely.
So if you haven't been back to an event since the explosion of the day rave scene, this is one of the ones I would definitely recommend. Of course, you've got Orange, and you've got Peach, Liberation. It all depends what your type of music is that you like, and if you follow certain, of course, and some of them jump around a lot, and you'll catch Rat Pack at quite a few different events. Do you of all the venues you've played in the UK, have you got a favourite?
I would say I've really enjoyed Ministry of Sound. I've really enjoyed Egg, but they're quite different.
Very different.
Egg is more like rave cave, down and dirty, kind of, you can't see anything. You have the smoke machines and lasers and things like that. Whereas Ministry of Sound is more maybe touristic and kind of, now they've gone through the refurbishment and things like that, but it's different kind of atmosphere, I would say. But I've enjoyed both of them in different ways. But I think Egg is more of down and dirty, and kind of like dance like nobody's watching, because actually nobody can see you.
Egg got a slightly illegal warehouse, right? That kind of original,
the kind of vibe, concrete, Whereas Ministry of Sound is maybe more like luxury, kind of glitz and glam in a certain way. So, but I've enjoyed both. I would say those are the two that really, have kind of stayed in my mind a lot. And would love to do again. And I'm sure will.
What would you say would be your top 3 goals? I won't limit it to 2026 because that puts too much pressure, but what would you say would be your top 3 goals for the next 2 to 3 years in this career?
So I want to definitely level up with production and collaborations. I have exciting things coming up, actually. And then radio broadcasting is a big passion of mine. So really want to continue that and fine-tune my persona as a presenter and making people happy, making masses happy, and really kind of fine-tune the structure, production of my show that I've been really investing in the past couple of years, with the features and interviews and things like that, and guests. And so that's one. And then gigs. I want to end up playing in Tomorrowland. That's it. I'm just going to put it out there now to the universe.
Top of the tree. If you could do a back-to-back set with any DJ in the world at Tomorrowland, let's say, who would you pick to be your back-to-back DJ?
Don Diablo.
Oh, okay. There's a choice.
Yeah.
That came quick. I thought you were going to say, "Oh, I don't want to pick one," you know, but you were
No,
on
no, he's been my go-to person for literally the past 10 years.
And how many times have you seen him live?
Once.
Oh, just the once.
Yeah, I know, right? It's sad. It's sad, really.
No, I mean, at least you have seen him the once, because I've got my favorite DJs that I've seen online, and I've got my favorite DJs that I've seen live. You know, and gradually the live list. I went to 50 events last year, so the live list has got much bigger.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, in 2025 it got much bigger. It was quite small in 2024, but I made up for it.
Oh,
So
that's an amazing number, though. Yeah, that's like there's 52 weeks in a year, so you know it's pretty much every weekend, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I basically became my gym. So before we begin to wrap up, actually, one topic I like to always ask my guests about this is the subject of mental health, because mental health is a big thing. It's a big thing in my book, because it's no secret to anyone on the rave thing that knows me that I came back to dancing to overcome my PTSD, which was really severe at the time that I came back, and now it's I won't say it's gone completely, but it's well on its way to being out completely. In terms of sort of juggling life, but for any creative, it's quite a difficult balance, isn't it? Whether you're a DJ, you know, whether you're a music producer, whether you're an actor, whether you're a director of photography, if you're doing any of those, what I would call the heavy lifting jobs in the creative spheres, balancing that with a personal life is always a challenge. How have you addressed that, or are there any things you put in place to try and ensure that kind of healthy work-life balance, maybe, to make sure that work doesn't overtake the rest of your life? I don't know. Oh, have I lost you? Oh, no, you're still there. I've lost your camera.
Can you still see me?
I can hear you, but your camera's off.
Oh, I wonder why that is.
I don't know, but we can still hear you, so that's good. So you can keep talking.
Oh no. Oh, sorry, I don't know why that is.
My recommend. Oh,
now there I am. I'm back. I'm back.
Normally, I tell people
don't know what happened,
but that's all right. Yeah. So I mean, do you have? I know it's it's a bit of a can of worms and an open-ended question, but
yeah, I think it's actually it is. There's literally no balance. You know, it's crazy, really. I've had my challenges in trying to balance things, and I'm still on that journey of trying to find a holy grail in terms of that. But you know what I do is my passion. It is what I need to do. It is my purpose on this earth, and I just need to have people around me that understand that passion and are happy to support me in my journey. And you know, when I have wobbles, they are understanding about it, and my family knows I'm crazy creative, and they support me. And as long as we have communication and we can be open about things, then I think you're doing pretty well. And
I think having
you know what I mean, rather than there's no perfect formula for trying to balance this kind of life. You know, it's very volatile, it's irregular. So we just need that tribe around us that understands us, and we need to communicate openly, transparently. And I think that's the key. Communication is key.
Are we going to see you play at the opening sort of summer event, the 93 Feet East one? Are you at that at all?
I will be there for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Will you be spinning the decks, or are you just going to be there on the dance floor?
You know what? I don't know the answer to that one, but I will definitely be on the dance floor.
Yeah, they haven't done the lineup for it yet. I mean, if you were playing, that'd be great. So, Shine, if you watch this interview, get her on the lineup, please, because I'll be very happy. And I'll be promoting Sarah away. What events have you got coming up in the next year? Is there anything you want to plug before we wrap it up?
Oh, this summer, loads of festivals. Tomorrow I'm heading to Amsterdam for Amsterdamage, Dirty Stereo. Then obviously the festival season is gonna kickoff. There's Coastal Combat Festival that I'm headlining in August. There's Manifest in July. She Rises Festival, which is all about females and showcasing female talent.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's so much I can't even remember. I have to go to my website and have a look myself.
I think there's something in Cambridge this Friday that's quite a female DJ focused, like meetup networking event.
That's good.
Yeah, somebody told me about that. And then, do you know Sassy? Do you know DJ Sassy, who does the Hard House? I think she's got like an all-female DJ event coming up as well. I think that's in March.
All right. I know Sassy B, but I don't think she's Hard House though. But I just played Ultra Vegas this gone weekend, but I'm not sure we're talking about the same Sassy now. It might be different.
Maybe not. Actually, do you know what? Let's find out before you go, because I don't want to leave that. So my friends, Sassy Simone is her full name.
Oh right. Oh, I've met her. Yes, I played with her in Cyberdog.
Yeah. She organised the event, the last one that she organised in Cyberdog. I was dancing there for her. With my life.
Oh my. Yeah, I played. Yeah, I've met her there because I played for Cyberdog for years now.
She's organising. I should get the poster up for it. It's all a bit of mutual.
Lovely lady.
So she's organising the Hard House Hotties event. That is on the 18th of the 4th, so that's coming up in April. I am going to try and go to that. I'm going to try and go to it. I'm not familiar with...
play in Egg that night, actually, for Back to Funk.
Back to Funk. Yeah, I've not been to one of their events yet.
Maybe you can do both. You have to...
I have done 2 events on the same day before. It's not impossible. My friends, the UV girls, are playing there. They absolutely smashed it. The UV girls at Frantic absolutely smashed it at Frantic. And my friend Natalie is also there. So, I think as a female DJ, you should try and get along either before or after you've done your set. And you're also playing that day. So now that you've been on the channel, any time that you want to come back, because we could have easily talked for another hour, but I don't like to keep people on.
I know.
I try to keep it quite tight. But if you want to come back to tie it in, for example, let's say that you get one of the gigs you really, Tomorrowland, let's say. So if you want to come on, if you want to come on the month before you're going to do Tomorrowland and do like a part 2 of this, you will be very welcome.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's put it out there. Yeah.
The Outcast Creative channel is here to support independent creatives. So if you are one, get in touch with us. That's fantastic. Is there anybody else you would like to thank, plug, or mention before we call it a day?
I want to thank you for having me, first of all.
Not at all.
And just everybody obviously watching, listening, everybody dancing to my sets, coming to see me, coming to say hi, giving me a hug. You give me so much happiness and purpose to be on this earth.
It's very kind. Well, do check out all the information on houseofsayer.com. The link is actually in the information below, so you can find it there. I've also put links in chat as we've gone along, as we've talked about the various things we've covered today. If you require any additional information about Sayer and what she's up to, and you can't find it, what you're looking for, you get hold of me and I'll get hold of her and we'll find it for you. So one way or another, we'll get you that piece of information. Well, look, thank you so much for coming on and giving up your time on this rather chilly, has to be said, Wednesday evening. Really grateful for you. And this has been I knew this would be easy. This has been a lot of fun. So it's been fantastic.
Thank you. I've had the best time. Thank you so much for having me.
So we'll be back. I think my next interview is it's on Monday. I think I'm back on Monday, I think, with trance DJ Paul Webster. Then I've got trance and hard trance DJ Dean Zone coming in on Wednesday, and then I've got actor Danny Webb. I've also got a couple of authors coming in March. It's not all DJs in March. I've got people from the film industry and other places coming along as well, and we're hoping to lock down a few more guests. before the end of the month. Don't also forget that I've got my Tuesday show every Tuesday at 9 p.m. The Nielsen ratings. We review the latest film and TV shows that we think you should be watching, as well as some of the older stuff that we think it's worth your while chatting down. And do look out for my episodes of Chew the Fat, where we do a special breakdown of a particular film or a series of films. We've got 2 great ones coming up. We're doing one that's covering Italian spaghetti westerns of an actor called Terence Hill, who is still alive. We're going to try and get him on if we can. And then we're also doing a special about giant spiders in movies. So that one's I'm right up your street, I'm sure. That's it from myself and Saya for tonight. Thanks so much for coming on the channel. Thanks for the people watching, and also the people that will watch subsequently. And don't forget what I always say, keep in touch with the people that you care about, tell them that you love them, and we'll see you again real soon.
Misfits and dreamers getting innovative. It's film, TV, and theater in the mix. Industry interviews where ideas get their fix. He's creative, we're creative. How about you? Share your passion, join the crew. At Outcast Creative, we're breaking through. Hang with Lance and the Outcast crew. Hang with Lance and the Outcast crew. Interviews with fellow artists on the rise, and reviews that might surprise. Films, TV shows from back in the day. You might just find a hidden gem today.